Good day and welcome to a new video. Hey all, and I'm here to teach you a little bit about Illustrator. I have CS6, but different versions usually don't matter. But you get new tools and things like that, but you can basically do the same thing in CS6 as you can do in Creative Cloud. There are always new features, but what I'm about to show you, you probably can do. You can do in higher levels and maybe in other lower modified softwares. So we're going to go ahead and create a new file. There's a few things here we can look at. So the few things here is the profile, which is basically if you want it for print, you want it for web, you want it for like your devices and things, video and film, basic RGB or Flash. Depending on what you're working on, you might want to change this, but standard, it's usually on custom or print or something, is usually standard. And then we can start off here with a number of artboards, whether we want if it's something small we're working on, or if it's something bigger. If you want more artboards, and you can select how you want your artboards to be laid out. So yeah, artboards, you can create things on artboards. You can, we'll teach you, but for now we're just doing an A4 piece, and there's some advanced options like color mode. CMYK is good for printing, RGB is good for screen, raster effects, your high definition 300 ppi, for screen just 72, depending if you want to put it in 72, that would be something to save you some space, megabyte space or things like that. But I usually just go for the high, just in case I do want to print it and get things out there. And then the preview mode is default, so you can have it on pixel or overprint. I'm not 200% sure about these. I know that overprint would probably be like what it looks like printed, and pixels as in like a Photoshop view or something like that. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and create this file, and then you have a clean A4 page. The things I will cover today will just be how to create something with the pen tool. So you have a bunch of tools around here, on the toolbar side, and you can lay out how you want your tools. For now, that's not something you don't really need to know. Something you learn later of how you want things laid out. And if some reason these disappear, you've got all these Windows options where you can have things like info. Info might come useful and handy. So info popped up on my other screen, but there you go. Basic info. So you can see that is the points. These are the points of where my mouse is on the page. So that can be quite useful in your navigator. It's like in Photoshop, you can navigate around. But these are just cool handy tools. So start with a pen tool. Pen tool is you click, and you can click again. If you want a round to make a straight line, to make it rounded, you can click and hold, and you go curvy, up, down, and you want to click into it again, and just keep on going. And we can make a basic shape. So Control Z I use twice to undo what I'm doing. So we're gonna make, say, a funny looking guy. I don't know, he's gonna be like a dinosaur or something. What I do is if you want things different colors, you have to break things up in shapes to have things different colors. So we're just going to do this funny little guy just to demonstrate how this tool works. And there you have a closed shape. See, I closed it by making sure this point and this point are joined, and voila, you have a shape. There's another way to make shapes. There are shapes all here. You can make star shapes if you want. We're going to make star shape for his eye, and then you can go ahead and fill. Now we can, things are on layers. So if we go to window, sometimes this may be open, default may be open, sometimes it's not, but you'll see a layers panel which is here, this one here. See, I've set these ones to set up the way I like it, but you can set this anywhere you like right there, or doesn't matter. But you do have your layers panel, and here you can have things on top of each other, change the direction. So if you put this, so if you right click, arrange, bring to front, it will take what is in front of it has been moved behind it, because we have brought this object to the front. Where if we arrange send to back, we have now sent this object to the back, but now this one is in front. As you can see in the layers panel, this one is in front of this one. To make this a little bit more clear, I'll go and do a line. Line tool, sorry. You can draw a line. If you need a straight line, you can use the line tool. Also, you can use a brush if you so wish, and you can fill that. Oh, I think you can edit that. Yeah, you can edit that to make it a closed shape if you need to. To close this up, you can join those parts by shift and clicking these parts, the two vector points. You can join them. So a path in here is made out of all these vectors, vector points, which you can, if you need to restart for some reason, you can delete them and re-add them by clicking them again. You can edit them, whether you need to move them, or if you want their point not to be sharp, you can tweak them so they look more friendly as well. There's those options. Let me see, I'll give him some teeth. So these are just the basics of Illustrator. And see, now we have more to deal with on the layers. So there are things we can do to make it less complicated. So say we want this behind him, he's holding a stick or something. I might go ahead, say if I hold shift to an object while I'm scaling, it will scale it, right? So say it's this dinosaur with a stick. I can go ahead and fill the shape, so I made that an object. But say if I wanted this stick, I want to bring it to front. But you can do the same here. You can move this object above that if you need to, and all these. You can create new layers as well. For instance, you might want to put your character on one layer and then a background send that to the back on another layer, because then you can have a nice background or something. So yeah, this is just the basics. I hope you learnt something today. There's also cool things you can do. I'll teach you one more thing before I go, is that so I'll make a new layer, and in this layer I am going to, so I will place an image. So file, place, I will do the skunk owl, and that's how you place an image. So you can hold shift and scale it down. And this is my drawing that I did. So it's a skunk owl creature that I created, and now it's in its own layer. So what I can do is I can either make a new layer and have this layer locked so it's not movable, and I can just pretty much trace around it for what I'm going. Now here it started off green, so you can change this to have it black, and also have no fill. This is no fill right here, and just go back and continue around. This is pretty basic stuff, so hopefully by now you should know how to do this stuff. Please comment if you don't, or if this wasn't helpful at all. It might be, you might have to watch this video a few times or something like that, or check out some more tutorials and things like that, and just have a wee play around with things. So you want to go ahead and save, or save as. If you do want to save this as an image to upload online, you can go up and save for web, and there you can save as whatever you want, a JPEG, PNGs, a GIF file, so you can share your progress with your mates, or you can save progress, or just, you know, whatever you want. Cool, thank you for joining me. This has been great. Hopefully you learned something. Cool. Bye.